live from the Edward Alexander Gray Sports Complex on the campus of Lincoln High School. TouchdownProductions.com, celebrating 19 seasons of high school sports excellence, is proud to present Bear River Bruin football. Tonight, in the final week of the regular season, your Bear River Bruins take on the Lincoln Fighting Zebras. It's the last week of the regular season, and both these teams want to finish on a strong note. And all the action begins right here, right now, on your NorCal Game of the Week. The Bear River Bruins hit the road for the final regular season PVL game against the home Lincoln Fighting Zebras. Good evening, football fans, wherever you are across our worldwide audience. This is Steve Sitter, the voice of JV Bear River Football, and sitting alongside me is Rick Ellwood. As you can see, the game just now underway, Bear River kicking off to the home Fighting Zebras.
By number 33, Antonio Navarez will be first and 10 Zebras at their own 35.
Last week, the Fighting Zebras playing against the Placer Hillman got shut out 19-0 in what everyone kind of expected to be a very offensive game, but the defense was what really made the difference.
I think we heard they put in a strong week of preparation trying to get that offense going, and interesting, Bear River starts with a semi-onside kick.
Lincoln takes over. Stephen Berlengi, the quarterback, hands off for the first play from scrimmage. It will be a gain of just about 2.5, but there is a flag on the play.
Number 1, Pete Barillo on the carry, good for about a yard. Flags on the play.
So right away, we see flags out on the field. It will be a face mask against Bear River. Last week we saw quite a bit of laundry out on the field. It was mostly major penalties as well. And this will be a 5-yard penalty.
So what do they call it, incidental when it's a 5-yarder, Steve?
Yeah, that's as good a term as any. It's not a major aggressive pull, more just like the hand brushed up against the mask in the course of the tackle. So it will be 1st and 3. Bear River showing blitz, and it is a keeper by Berlengi. Berlengi struggling to get to that first down line, and he comes very close. Looks like the side judge will mark him about half a yard short.
Number 12, Berlengi on the QB keep, tackled by number 53, Travis Carpenter.
And that will be the call. It will be 2nd and inches. Don't often see the half-yard spot in JV games, but this is the final week of regular season play, so I'm sure the referees are getting all ready for playoff football as well.
So will these guys then transition up to varsity if there's playoffs? Some of these guys,
I'm sure some of these guys will. This will be a handoff to Meyer. Meyer goes right side, cuts back in, gets across the first down line, and a couple more before being brought down at the Lincoln 46-yard line.
Number 11, Riley.
Looked like he was going to get stuck in the backfield there for a little bit. It looked like Luke Baggett came up and forced him inside, and then Carpenter tried to come up and make a quick tackle, but he only needed, an inch and got the first down by a couple yards.
Yeah, Lincoln, a very dynamic offensive team. No one singular weapon you have to watch out for him. Berlengi, an excellent runner. There are a few designed run plays for the sophomore quarterback, and this is Berlengi fading back, flushed out of the pocket, rolls left side. He's going to tuck it and run. He's going to try and get back upfield, and instead he will just get 1 yard, brought down by Jeremy Cunningham.
Yeah, nice job. Good containment by the Bear River defense coming up. Looked like Bernanke was going to break the perimeter. Just as you said, he's a pretty good ball handler and a pretty good runner. He looked like he was going to break to the perimeter. Good defense, good pursuit by Bear River.
This Lincoln team is made up of nothing but sophomores.
So watch this. Bernanke kind of gets away from the rush, forces out to the perimeter, and then good pursuit by the Bear River defense inside. First met by number 21, Jeremy Cunningham.
Meyer the man in motion, but it's a give to Murillo. Murillo tries to bounce to the outside and does. Still a few yards in the backfield, but he manages to get across and run out of bounds. Gain of about 6.
Excellent job by Wyatt Bosworth, who's been out for a couple weeks for the Bear River JV team, but he reads the sweep, comes up, forces it outside, and turns it into a 3rd down situation.
It is 3rd and, call it 4.5. They are now in Bear River territory. Clock stopped at 7:33. Split backs out of the shotgun. This will be a handoff to Murillo. Murillo's going to cut upfield, has a hole, and he will get very close to the first down line. A favorable spot should give him the first down. We'll see where the side judges come in. It looks like they will mark it right at the first down line. The two side judges are conferring, and they do give him the first down.
So look at this, Steve, just an inside handoff underneath. He just runs to the perimeter until he sees an opening there. Boom, he cuts up inside. Watch this block down below by number 52. He knocks, I don't know if you just see it, number 6 gets knocked off his feet. Good job by the Lincoln offensive line, creating a nice hole. And
well, the first third down play is a good conversion for the Fighting Zebras. First down on the Bear River 43. It's a fake to Murillo and a slant pass complete up the middle, and that's good for 11 yards. Oh, Sean Mejia, the receiver who made that catch.
Wyatt right there on the post. He just makes a nice move, cuts in. Good throw, good catch. Very tough to defense that when it's thrown inside. Receiver doesn't have to reach up over his head, so good job by Lincoln. Moving the chains again.
That is another first down for the Zebras. They are now on the Bear River 32-yard line. One back, it's Murillo. He gets the handoff, cuts back left up the middle, and he is met by about 4 Bruins, but still gets about 5 yards.
Murillo, the ball carrier. Tackled by several Bruins.
Looks like they like being home, Steve. Pretty good momentum here on the first drive after getting shut out last week up in Auburn, 19-0.
Yeah, the JV squad is a pretty good feeder into the varsity squad, and the varsity squad has many offensive weapons. We expected more of a shootout from the varsity team last week against Placer. Instead, Placer ends up winning 42-7, although Lincoln did score a touchdown on their first possession. There's a double handoff to Jared Chittum. Chittum on the right side. Almost gets dragged down, keeps his feet. He's still moving, gets an extra couple of yards, but he will still be too short.
Looked like Josh Zimmer had him initially. And Jake Rogers was there, but kind of an interesting double reverse. The first running back gets it and then hands it underneath to the second running back going to the right. Almost like an option play to the right.
Bear River did adjust pretty well, managing to stop the run 2 yards short of the first down. So here's the second third down play for the Zebras. A few Bruins jump, but they manage to reset. There's the handoff to Murillo. Murillo up the middle, and he's got the first down.
Number 1, Murillo for a first down, Zebras.
So I'm not sure we saw Murillo last week much against Placer in the JV game. Didn't we see Jonah Lang a lot running the ball?
There was a lot of Lang. Jared Chittum was in on quite a few runs. Honestly, I thought the most dynamic runner was Berlengi.
Yeah, and then I think number 4, Jared Chittum, had some pretty good runs last week too.
Another first down just outside of the Bruins' red zone. Berlengi looks to change the play at the line. And it's a fake. Chittum gets it. He will cut back up the middle. A bit of a hole, but nicely recovered was Cade Coffrin.
Number 4, Jared Chittum, ball carrier.
Holds Chittum to a gain of just about 4.
So big number 67, Cade Coffin, right in the middle there, and lays a pretty good blow on Jared Chittum. Otherwise, he might have broke that thing. Got 5, but he might have broke it for a big run in.
There was a pretty big hole up the middle. Coffin managed to get off his block just enough to make initial contact. The Zebras have 4 wide. And it is a handoff to Murillo. Murillo gets the edge, and he is in for a touchdown. Pete Murillo gets up to top speed very quickly, gets the edge on the line, and the entire secondary was spread with the 4 wide receivers, could not recover in time.
So I really like the look of that offense. Still different than what Placer does. They keep everything in tight on the wing tee, but But Lincoln spreads it out with 4 wide receivers and then runs that same play off tackle. Nice job by Pete Murillo to find an opening, take it in the end zone.
And Murillo also the kicker for the JV squad. The holder is Chittum. Good snap, line drive kicked right into the face of Cade Coffrin. I'm not quite sure you can call that a block, but it is a no good extra point.
Yeah, that's where those off defensive linemen come in, and it just all of a sudden it just hits them right in the face. Here's a replay of the touchdown, just a handoff. Big 52 just blocks down, has an opening on the perimeter. A couple missed tackles by Bear River, and there goes the end of the shutout era for the Lincoln Fighting Zebras as they score quickly here with 3:28 in the first quarter.
That was a very good series for the Fighting Zebras. A couple of big third down conversions. Only the one penalty from Bear River. That was all offensive production. You see the Trips Auto Body and Paint Shop scoreboard after the blocked, in air quotes, extra point. The Fighting Zebras are on top 6-0.
Hey, anytime a defensive lineman gets to get leather anywhere near him, he touches the ball, whether it accidentally hits him in the face or not, it's his mom and dad will watch that. It's a block.
Carlo Rodriguez kicks it to about the 15-yard line. That's taken by Josh Zimmer. Zimmer tries to go left side, gets about 10 yards before the Zebras converge and bring him down at the 30.
Number 6, Josh Zimmer fields the kickoff for the Bruins and gets to about the 30-yard line. Number 53.
So the Bruins offense finally gets on the field. They had to wait about 6 minutes to do it, but they have 3:21 left in the first quarter. See what sort of momentum they can bring to this squad. Bear River varsity team has lost 2 in a row, and you know that pressure trickles its way down to the JV team. Man in motion, it is a straight ahead handoff, but he's met by the defensive line of the Zebras for a gain of just 1.
Number 21, Jeremy Cunningham, the ball carrier.
So Steve, you bring up a really good point there about 2 losses for the Bear River varsity after going 7-0, and now the pressure, it does flow downhill because a lot of the JV practice is in a scout team situation, trying to give the varsity a good look on what they're going to see, and the intensity of the coaches rubs off on them.
2nd and 9. Coropo with 1 back. And there's a late handoff. Nice edge. That is Stephen Rich with the carry, and he'll get about 6 yards, making it 3rd and 3.
Number 25.
A lot of similarities there in the offense. That the fake to the running back going to his left, and then turn around and hand it off underneath to Steve Rich coming to the right. Let's see if they can convert on 3rd down.
Well, Coropo does have a pretty good arm on him. We might see a quick slant. That's exactly what we see. Right to the outside, pass caught by Steven Taylor, about 2 yards past the first down marker. So that is 3 consecutive 3rd down conversions by these teams.
Pretty good throw and catch right there. Steven Taylor just runs about an 8-yard out, gets past the first down marker, and nice delivery of the football, throw and catch. Pretty simple.
That was a clearly designed route as he pulls up and moves towards the sidelines 2 yards past the first down marker for a quick conversion.
Watch this. Robert Griffin's given number 26 for Lincoln's giving him a lot of cushion. So we're back to live.
Corpo with 2 backs. That's a handoff to Cunningham, and Cunningham's hitting the backfield for a loss.
Number 21, Cunningham, the ball carrier.
Here's the replay on the first down. It was 3rd and 5.
52, Matt Brown, the first
Just a quick out throw to Rich. C26 is giving him just a little bit too much cushion. Supposed to bump him up around the 1st-yard marker, but good throw and catch by Bear River. Unfortunately, first down didn't go well, Steve.
Brings up 2nd and 11 with a minute and a half left in the first quarter. Coropo with 1 back, man in motion. Hand off to Zimmer. Zimmer cuts back up the middle. He will get about 3 yards. But Lincoln's secondary is very quick to converge.
The ball carrier met by number 52, Matt Brown. And number 37.
That is Matt Brown. That's a little slow getting up for the Zebras, but he is up and moving around. Now the Bruins facing 3rd and 8.
So they like to go to Luke Baggett here. He's kind of a key receiver for him, number 4. Splits out high to the left, and 3 receivers out, so it looks like a little slip screen up to the top.
One back, Lincoln showing blitz. They back off, and that pass is caught by Luke Baggett. Baggett brought down hard at the Lincoln 40. That was an excellent catch and a great recovery to get about 5 extra yards.
We've seen a lot of that this year, haven't we, Steve, from Luke, whose brother plays on the varsity. We'll see him later tonight, but instead of a quick screen, Luke just runs a slant off of a little bit of a pick back there, and good throw, good catch. Luke's got great hands and gets extra 5 yards.
And great protection from the offensive line. Lincoln brought the kitchen sink, and they held him off. Garpo back to pass on 1st down. He's going deep, and he has a man open, and that is incomplete, intended for Stephen Taylor. Good coverage by the Zebras. I think that was number 17, Mason Scott, who got in late to break that pass up.
Tremendous coverage by him. He's a safety sitting on the hash mark, sees the throw going deep. Watch the safety just close on this and make it impossible, throws his hands up, and Taylor doesn't have a chance to make the catch.
Actually, correction, that was Dylan Jacobs who came over to break that up late and force 2nd down for the Bruins. Hand off to Cunningham. Cunningham gets a few yards, keeps his feet, and I believe they will spot him +4 at the Lincoln 36-yard line. Slightly more makeable 3rd down situation for the Bruins now.
Good running by Cunningham. I mean, good tenacity, lowers his shoulder, gets in there, keeps driving his legs. And
that will bring the first quarter to a close. Very quick game as most of the offensive selections were on the ground. Not a lot of stoppages as we get through 1.5 possessions in the first quarter. Very, very quick, very fast-moving game. That brings up the Trips Auto Body and Paint Shop scoreboard. Lincoln on top, 6-0. We'll step aside, but we'll be back in 30 seconds with the second quarter here at Lincoln High School. You're watching the TouchdownProductions.com Game of the Week.
Your car is one of the most important assets you own. And Reeby's Auto Parts is dedicated to helping you keep it in tip-top condition. Reeby's Auto Parts is a family-owned and operated business since 1956. We have a friendly and knowledgeable staff, and as a Napa Auto Parts dealer, you're sure to find the right part you need from either of our 2 Nevada County locations. You can always count on Reeby's to be there when you need us. It's Reeby's Auto Parts in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
Bear River Bruins facing a 3rd and 6 at the start of the second quarter, trailing the Lincoln Zebras 6-0. Gorbo's going to pass, steps up, throws a quick out route to Stephen Taylor, and Taylor makes the catch. Each team had 2 third down situations and 2 third down conversions.
Excellent job by Bear River. Clay Carippo knew right where he was going. He came back into the into his throwing position and just waited for Taylor to open up there in a little hole in the zone.
First down Bruins on the Lincoln 23-yard line. This will be a handoff to Taylor. Taylor cuts back up the middle, keeps his feet. He's still up. He's lunging for that 20-yard line, but the ball comes out at the end of the play. We'll peel the bodies off, see who came up with it. Lincoln, of course, is signaling that they did. And there's still no motion as to who has it, and it looks like Jeremy Cunningham came up with it. Bear River will retain possession. All that for just a 1-yard run.
Usually that second effort, you get stood up straight, and a lot of pursuit from the Lincoln defense comes and strips the ball. But nice job by number 21, Jeremy Cunningham, to get that ball that was laying on the turf. I love it, Steve, as you say. The opposing team always points their direction, right? They tend to be overly confident and don't know much. So
that brings up 2nd and 9. Corripo is directing traffic out there. He will step up to pass. That's another quick out route to Baggett. Baggett makes the catch, and he is a couple yards short of the first down.
So here's the run with Stephen Taylor. Watch him fighting here. Pete Murillo comes up and just keeps hanging on and hammering him. Then just a good job by number 33. Antonio Narvaez comes up and puts a good hit on him, knocks the ball loose, but Cunningham right there to pick it up. All right.
3rd and 3 for the Bruins. This is their third down situation. Taylor in motion. Taylor, actually a fake handoff to Taylor. That's an inside handoff, but Lincoln swarms around the ball carrier, and that will be an actual loss.
Number 20, Jordan Elliott, ball carrier.
Interesting play there, Steve. It looked like Taylor got the ball, and then all of a sudden he just stopped. He knew it was going to be handed off to the first guy through and didn't fool the Lincoln team at all. They just stacked it up in the middle, but looks like a penalty.
Yeah, face mask against the Zebras. That will give Bear River just enough for the first down.
Close to a first down. We'll wait for the official indication. First down, Bruins.
Yeah, they do move the chains.
How about that on similar type drives, right? They're both moving it down the field and both have taken advantage of a incidental 5-yard face mask.
Bruins now in the Lincoln red zone. They're on the 13-yard line. Both teams putting up impressive drives early in this game. Bruins with 3 wide. That's a straight-ahead handoff to Cunningham. Cunningham is stood up for a loss of 3. Lincoln is bringing all sorts of pressure up the middle, trying to get through the offensive line, and this time they were successful.
So different than when Bear River had split receivers trying to run the ball inside, different than when Lincoln had 4 wide receivers out and ran it off tackle to a very successful touchdown. Just a quick handoff here to number 21, Jeremy Cunningham. There's just nowhere to go. The Lincoln number 2 just runs right by his defender.
Another handoff. This is Taylor. Taylor gets the edge, tries to spin to the outside, and does. He's inside the 10-yard line before he's run out of bounds.
Excellent move by Stephen Taylor there on Pete Murillo. Thought he had him in his grasp.
And we saw Taylor's excellent running abilities in the game against Colfax, where Bear River took it down to the 4th quarter before Colfax put the game away, but Taylor single-handedly kept them in the ball game.
He's talented. Yes, he's got good speed, good spin move, but great pursuit by the Lincoln linebacker, number 52, Matt Brown.
And all that just for about 6 yards. 3rd and 7's the situation. Corpo gets protection, throws it to the outside, and caught by Jake Fredericks at the 2-yard line. Boy, it's almost as if they practiced those out routes.
Yeah, Jake, that's the first time we've called Jake's number here tonight. But Jake just runs an out route, and boom, wide open. Good throw, good arm by Corripo.
Mike. And that is yet another 3rd down conversion for the Bruins. 1st and goal on the 3. And Bear River is in.
Like Josh Zimmer in there just pounded his way.
That was a no-frills fullback handoff. And Zimmer just pushes his way into the end zone for a Bear River touchdown.
It's a way to get it done. So, again, similar drives. Both teams take it the length of the field, take advantage of an incidental face mask, 5 yards, and keep moving the ball.
Travis Carpenter will hold for Jake Roger. Both teams with running back kickers.
That's illegal. You can't jump over. You can't.
That was Matt Brown, who was really going for that block as Lincoln gets called for the most obvious offsides I think I've ever seen.
I love Matt's enthusiasm. He may be on the track hurdle team. That was a good job. He went right over the top of the center, got himself in a position to block it, and someone said, hey, Matt, the ball hadn't been snapped. You're offsides.
Well, that will put Bear River on the 1.5-yard line.
So does that put him in a position to go for 2? It looks like it. They're talking about it.
Well, Corripo's coming out on the field. Lincoln has broken through the line for a a few stops for negative yards on the ground. You have to figure this would be either an out route or maybe a handoff to Taylor on the outside. 3 backs. That's a handoff to Elliott. And it looks like Elliott got stopped.
Okay, interesting call. I don't see any difference between the 3-yard line and the 1.5-yard line on what your play would be for 2 points. So unless they are pretty confident that their kicker is unconfident, or what would be the term there, not confident that their kicker is going to make it. So, again, parallel drives.
And a couple missed extra points. See the Trips Auto Body and Paint Shop scoreboard. Both teams with touchdowns on their drives, and both teams unable to put up any points after the fact. 6-6 with 7:20 remaining in the first half.
Keep running the clock this way, Steve. It's going to be a quick night for the JVs. They're going to be showered up and ready to go here to watch the varsity.
Murillo and Lang are deep for the Fighting Zebras.
I'll say this, Steve. We've had unbelievably favorable weather through the course of this season. Huh? What a beautiful night here in Lincoln.
I don't recall a single game played in the rain this year.
Pretty nice. Doesn't rain in California. I thought there's a song about that, I think.
Corpo to kick is a sideways spinner that will get to the 19-yard line, taken by Jonah Lang. Lang with speed up the middle, keeps his feet, and he'll get all the way up to the 41-yard line.
Bounced off a lot of guys until he finally ran into Jake Fredericks.
Brought down by number 6, Josh Zimmer. First and 10, Zebras.
Pretty good kick and a pretty good return. Lincoln has excellent field position. They will start this drive on their own 41-yard line. There's a long huddle near the Lincoln bench.
Yeah, he just wound the clock, so they got plenty of time. They're intent. I like seeing that. I like they know their play. They're go right to the line of scrimmage, and Pete Murillo lining up back there. Little chat with the quarterback. Said, hey, let's get this thing straight before we snap it, all right?
Very deliberate handoff to Murillo. Murillo cuts up the middle, and it looks like he will gain a couple.
So all that discussion, all that planning, and a little handoff to Murillo underneath.
I was thinking it.
I'm the one that gets in trouble, I can say it.
2nd and 8 for the Zebras.
I do think these offenses are designed to set one play to set up another, so let's see what happens here on 2nd down.
And Lincoln has 2 wide, 2 in the backfield. This is another handoff to Murillo. Murillo gets some excellent blocking upfield, and he will be tackled at about the 49-yard line. Still 2 yards short of the first down.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Mark this at the 48, so call it 3rd and 3.
Here's what you got to like here. Watch this. Now, if we get to see this again, big number 77, Kenny Lucas, the offensive lineman, he pulls, and he's giving it all he's got running down the field as they extend to the perimeter, and Murillo's just looking for an opportunity to get upfield. Well-designed play, well run.
Well, here is the 6th 3rd down play of the night. All have been converted so far. This time as Murillo cuts back inside, and he is stopped short. Excellent tackle by Jake Roger.
So watch this. Let's see big number 77. Watch him getting out. Yeah, I'm hustling. I'm going to get you a block. I'm going to get you a block. I'm hustling for you. And the running back just a little too quick, gets to the perimeter. Great job by Jake Rogers to knock him out of bounds. But you got to love it when you see big number 77, those offensive linemen fighting down the field to give you an opportunity to get upfield.
Well, there is the first missed 3rd down conversion.
Okay, that's the first
Took
announcer's
6 tries.
jinx. You said that there hadn't been any 3rd down misses. I'm sorry, Steve, and there we go.
Oh, I'd said it before. Lincoln going for it on 4th and 1. And it will be delay of game. Call it 4th and 6.
How long it took him to break that huddle?
Yeah, unfortunate by Lincoln.
Penalty for delay of game against the Zebras.
And everyone on Lincoln is looking around going, how can that be? How is that possible?
5-yard penalty will bring it back to about the.
Boy, that changes the whole plan. Looks like they're going to force them into a punting situation unless they got a fake up their sleeve.
It wouldn't be the first time we've seen it this year.
Yeah, both these JV teams have really nothing to lose. They're not playing for any playoff opportunities. A lot of them want to showcase themselves to the coach for the varsity for next year.
Well, Matt Brown, the lineman, is back to kick.
Ooh, a little trickery here.
Lincoln spreads it wide. Brown will go for the kick and gets off a pretty good one. Fair catch is signaled by Luke Baggett, and he will catch it on the Bear River 22-yard line. So pretty good legs for a lineman.
Nice job by good trajectory, good hang time. He kind of turned the ball over in the air. And here's something that's got to make Coach Savoy and Coach Logue pretty excited about a young kid like Luke Baggett. Shows good presence out there, knows when to make a fair catch. He's an aggressive player. Nice job by Luke, and then sure-handed to bring the ball in. So let's see what we do second drive for Bear River.
Well, Bear River's defense was able to adjust to the Fighting Zebras enough to force a punt. Let's see what Lincoln's defense can do. Man in motion, Corpo gives to Taylor. Taylor left side, spins away from one tackle, but is hit out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. That'll be good for a gain of 5. Taylor is listed as a wide receiver / runner. Not even a running back or a fullback or a halfback, just R.
He's got good hands. He shows he runs good routes, gets in and out of them. There you see a spin move. Again, good pursuit by Matt Brown from Lincoln, number 52, to knock him out of bounds after he spun out of Pete Murillo's arms.
2nd and 5, Bear River with one wide receiver. This is a give to Cunningham, and Cunningham is hit at the line, will try to fall forward, and they may give him a yard and a half. But Lincoln's run defense is certainly tightened up, especially up the middle.
Yeah, sorry, Steve. They're just stacking it up inside. They're just daring Bear River to throw the football and stopping them on those runs up in the middle.
Well, at the risk of another broadcaster's jinx, neither team has thrown an incomplete pass tonight. Well, excuse me, Bear River did throw one. That was excellently defended.
Who brought that up?
I believe you did. 3rd and 4 for the Bruins. Corpo back to pass, gets pretty good protection, and that ball is caught by Stephen Rich for only a yard.
Well, keeps the streak alive. It was a good throw, good catch, but unfortunately nowhere near the first down marker. So
quick tackle made by Matt Brown. That makes it 4th and 3, and Bear River will have to punt.
Matt Brown's all over the field. What a good young-looking prospect he is going to be for the Fighting Zebras next year.
Murillo and Miguel are back for this kick. Good snap, and that is actually Stephen Rich with the kick. Spins very interestingly, and Bear River will catch this at the 44-yard line. Still pretty good field position for the Fighting Zebras.
Yeah, unfortunately, neither team would take advantage of good defensive stances. So Lincoln with a short clock here at 3:31 left in the second quarter. Let's see if Bear River can shut them down again.
And Bear River will get the first possession of the second half. Have to believe that that is factoring into the play calling. Lincoln really wants to run this clock down a bit, not have Bear River get a chance to score before the half.
Boy, Lincoln, big number 79, Daniel Munch. What a big, young, strapping kid there at the right tackle.
That's a handoff to Chittum. Chittum hit at the line, but still falls forward for a gain of 4.
Number 4, Jared Chittum, the ball carrier.
Jared's probably their top athlete, right? He looks like he does it all, much like number 24, Stephen Taylor, does it for Bear River.
Chittum's always good for a few yards.
Tough young kid. He drives it up in there. That's why they have face masks, I think, so those noses don't get bloodied.
2nd and 6. Lincoln has 4 wide. Murillo, the lone back. Berlengi back to pass. Quick slant route. That pass is caught by Sean Aslaskin, for he is drilled at the 37-yard line.
The Berlengi pass complete to number 22, Sean Aslaskin. across midfield to the Bear River.
Nice job by Sean.
37-yard line will be first.
Nice job by Sean. He just runs the post. Good protection. No pressure by Bear River. Good throw. Catches it right there in a pocket. And then watch number 6 come up and lay a little bit of wood on him. Pretty good tackle by Josh Zimmer.
Well, looks like there's a timeout by Lincoln on the field after that hit. Maybe give Aslaskin a breather. But we'll step aside, but we'll be back in 30 seconds on the TouchdownProductions.com Game of the Week.
Magnuson's Toyota and Scion is celebrating 25 years serving you in the foothills. Right now, Magnuson's carries the first all-electric SUV, and they're still the home of the Toyota Tundra. Magnuson's Dodge Chrysler Jeep is right down the street and features the new Ram diesel truck, Jeep Wranglers, and Grand Jeep Cherokee. It's Magnuson's Auburn Toyota and Magnuson's Dodge, both in Auburn.
Back at Lincoln High School, we just missed Cade Coffrin flushing Berlengi out of the pocket, and Berlengi throwing the ball away with a flag down about 4 yards in the backfield.
Couple things. Could have been, I mean, obviously that position's holding, but Berlengi's pass was to nobody except a Bear River defender, but he's flushed out of the pocket, so I guess he has the right to throw it away.
As long as it gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Excellent. Good call.
Which it was very close to. Well, the referees are talking it over with Bear River, and Lincoln is a good 10 yards back, so this will more than likely be against Lincoln. That's never a good sign.
Looks like Bear River might decline it just to take the down. Nope, I'm wrong. First time that's happened.
Well, they're going to back it up.
Waiting for indications on penalties.
It's like 7 yards. Now they move it forward. That'll be a 5-yard penalty for a hold.
That penalty is declined. We have intentional grounding against the Zebras. That penalty is going to be accepted.
So it looks like the pass did not get back to the original line of scrimmage. So intentional grounding will be the penalty.
So yeah, the good thing about that penalty is loss of down, right? So you get the mark off and loss of down.
Yeah, that'll bring it back 10 yards from the spot of the foul, plus a loss of down, plus the 4 yards where the foul occurred. That is a 24-yard net. And that'll bring up 2nd and 24.
That's a costly penalty. So it looked like it did not get past the line of scrimmage, the throw. Is that what you're saying, Steve?
Well, he was well out of the pocket.
Yes.
That's about the only thing it could have been. Plus, he was getting hit as he threw. 2nd and 24, they hand off to Murillo. Murillo will bowl his way forward for just 2 yards, bring up 3rd and 21.
22, Jake Leonard.
Looks like Lincoln just going to be happy to take a 6-6 ball game into the half. But if I'm Bear River, I might start using some of my timeouts.
That's true. Bear River does have all of their timeouts. Lincoln has 2 as we get to the 2-minute mark.
Maybe hope for a pass interference here or something. But Lincoln looks like they're going to put it up.
They got 4 wide. Murillo, the lone back. Looked like a quick slant route, and that is a complete pass, broken up very quickly by Jake Roger and Josh Zimmer. That pass was complete to Sean Aslaskin.
Yeah, good soft defense. You know, gave him 7-8 yards, but didn't let him break through to get a first down. So
actually, that's a correction. That pass was caught by Sean Mejia, number 81. So that brings up 4th and 13, and Bear River will take their first timeout with 1:31 remaining. So we will step aside once again, but we'll be back on the TouchdownProductions.com Game of the Week. See you in 30 seconds.
It's time to visit the newly remodeled B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. The new B&C has completely changed for your shopping convenience. Their new expanded garden center has everything you need, including expert advice on trees, shrubs, and perennials. Check out their new website and the new spring hours. And thank you for voting B&C the best hardware and building supply in 2012. So start right, start here at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center.
Looks like Matt Brown's deep to punt.
Yeah, back here at Lincoln High School, they do have number 14, Mitch Landry, very close to the sidelines here on 4th and 13. There's the kick in. It is a fake. Brown's going to run it. Has a little bit of room. Nice stiff arm, but he runs into his own man, gets down to the 30 before being tackled by James Jackson. So that will be a turnover on downs. Still a pretty good run. It's about 10, 11 yards before being brought down. So, in the end, not really much worse than a punt.
Yeah, if the punt goes in the end zone, they get the ball on the 20, right? So they take a risk, go for the first down. Looked like he had a lane there, and turn the ball over at the 30. So with 1:20 left.
1:20 and counting. Bear River with 2 timeouts. And Clay Corpo looks like he is in no hurry to get this play off as we're down to 1:10. Bear River does have 3 wide on the far side. Lincoln brings pressure. Corpo hit as he throws, but it is complete to Taylor. Taylor going for that first down, but it looks like he'll be brought down a yard short as we're under a minute left.
Well, here's the fake punt, just a direct snap, and I don't know if it was Matt Brown or if they had a different guy. Yeah, it was Matt. So look, the big lumbering linebacker opening right there. Good pursuit by Bear River to straight arm, push him away. Nice job by Bear River to shut it down. And first down, too. An excellent job by Clay Corpo to hang in there. It was a blitz. The running back got shoved right back into Clay's face, but he made the throw, and Stephen Taylor made a nice catch for 9 yards.
Bear River took their second timeout with 51 seconds remaining. They have 1 timeout left. Bear River will also get the first possession, so you also don't want to throw up just any sort of pass. Let Lincoln intercept, maybe get good field position for 2, 3, 4 plays, since they have 2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, I like the idea, Steve, of going into the locker room with momentum. So if they can do a couple things here and put that momentum on their side, I think it's smart.
Yeah, just keep Stephen Berlengi off the field. Corpo back to pass. There was a quick out route. That was intended for Jake Fredericks, but it was over his head by a few feet. Bring up 3rd and short. And that stops the clock at 46.7.
Unfortunate because he was open. If you're a Bear River fan, he was right there, and it looks like Clay just delivered a little high. And Jake couldn't get his hands up high enough, but would have been a nice gain if he could have hauled it in.
Here's 3rd and short. You have to figure this is a run play. And it is not. Corpo going for the slant, and that is in and out of the hands of Stephen Taylor. Pass probably should have been caught. About 9 times out of 10, that's a complete pass. So that brings up 4th and short. And now if you're Bear River, 42 seconds left. What do? Do you kick it deep? Do you go for it? You got stood up at the 1-yard line on the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, this is scary territory. This is why coaches sometimes go gray early, lose their hair, or die young, because these calls can go right to your gut.
Well, here's the 4th and 1 play. 1 man back. Lincoln brings the house, inside handoff, and Lincoln stops him in the backfield. Lincoln's secondary is just too tough.
Well, they knew they probably weren't going to throw the ball, probably try to draw him off sides, but when they snapped it, Lincoln's just up there, stuffed it up in front. Big number 74, Daniel Ayala. I mean, this play had no chance from the beginning. Just hands it underneath. The Lincoln defenders are in the backfield, and so much for the discussion on momentum from Bear River.
Each team with 1 touchdown, 1 missed extra point attempt, 1 punt, and 1 turnover on downs. With 40 seconds left in the half, Lincoln will take their second timeout to stop the clock at exactly 40 seconds. So while they determine what they want to do here as the second half comes to a close, we will step aside, but we'll be back in 30 seconds on the TouchdownProductions.com Game of the Week.
Anything Green Hydroponics is your source for hydro systems, grow lights, and soils. Anything Green offers a complete range of organic nutrients as well as fungicides, miticides, and predatory bugs. Anything Green Hydroponics has just received this year's soil. Get your totes, pallets, or individual bags. Stay tuned for future workshops. It's all at Anything Green Hydroponics.
Berlengi attempts a screen pass, which is incomplete, intended for Shauna Laskin. Ticks the clock down to 36.1 seconds remaining in the first half. All knotted up here at Lincoln High School, 6-6.
Steve, I love that call. That thing was wide open. That could have gone for a long ways. Unfortunately, Berlengi threw it behind his intended receiver.
Lincoln quick to the line, even though the clock stopped on the incomplete pass. Berlengi steps up, flushed out, rolls right. Steps up, hit as he throws, kind of a wobbler, and that is incomplete. That was intended for Riley Meyer, but really Wyatt Bosworth had a better shot at catching that for Bear River. 3rd and 10 with 28.7 seconds.
Looked like Berlengi was kind of on being pressured out of the pocket. Looked like he was in trouble. Then he just stopped, posted up, and set his feet and threw a nice ball downfield. And Bosworth there to make the coverage. But always get concerned as a defender when your quarterback breaks the perimeter. Those receivers are running all over. You can't keep track of them.
Well, Berlengi is a very dynamic runner, much more in the Colin Kaepernick style of quarterbacking. There's a quick screen pass that is behind Jared Chittum, and the ball is loose, but we do have a whistle from the head referee. Chittum down at the 50. That was not actually a pass, but it was a very poor lateral.
So it was going to be a double pass. That's why you throw that behind the line of scrimmage, and that should be considered a fumble because the ball was loose behind the line of scrimmage. I think he was trying to get the handle on it. Did have a receiver offsides anyway, so all of it for naught. Illegal shift.
That was an illegal shift flag at the line of scrimmage, which will be declined since the result of the play will be minus 10 yards. That brings up 4th and forever with 21.9 seconds left.
So watch this, Steve. He throws the ball to number 4 behind the line of scrimmage. 4's going to try to grab it. You can skip it behind. You can do that. You can skip it, okay, on a lateral. That's a play. The ball's live, but he's going to get up and throw it. It's not an incomplete pass because it wasn't thrown forward. That's really quite a trick play, and I've seen it done at the major college level on a number of occasions.
Well, here is the 4th and forever play. And with 8 seconds left, Bear River takes a timeout. That is, I believe, their final timeout. Lincoln with 1 remaining. Not quite sure why you'd take it with 8.4 seconds left, but that is the call on the field. So we'll step aside. We'll get the final 1, 2, possibly 3 plays of the first half on the TouchdownProductions.com Game of the Week in 30 seconds.
We're at SPD Market in Nevada City asking people what they like about SPD.
I've been shopping here for about 20 years, and the people are very courteous, and I especially like the meat counter. It's nice. You have a great selection, very helpful.
Because it's local, it's small, they have wonderful selections of things I need, and the personnel are very nice.
And that's why people love SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
4th and 21 for the Lincoln Zebras. 8.4 seconds remaining in the first half. 6-6 ball game. Berlengi fakes, hands off to Lang. Lang gets to the outside. Lang with a seam. Lang cuts back and stopped 1 yard short of the first down. That is a 20-yard run to end the first half. He got close.
Pretty good call. I thought he was just going to hand it off and take the clock down to 0 and go into the locker room, but nice run. Almost got a first down.
See the Trips Auto Body and Paint Shop scoreboard. Lincoln, with the only complete possession of the first quarter, scores, gets their extra point blocked, and Bear River in their next possession scores a touchdown, goes for 2, and is unsuccessful. That is the score as we head into halftime, and the cheerleaders take the field here at Lincoln High School at the excellent Edward Alexander Gray Sports Complex.
I wanted to run over and tell you timeout, but I saw the guy going this on that.
So we will be back in 30 seconds for the second half kickoff. Bear River will get possession to start the second half on the touchdownproductions.com game of the week.
Welcome to Plaza Tire and Automotive Service in Grass Valley. At Plaza Tire and Automotive Service, the customer comes first. We only do what's right for the customer, not necessarily what's right for business. Third generation family member, learned all that I know from my Grandpa Fred, my dad, my Uncle Mike, my grandma. My entire family's been a huge part of learning about the automotive industry. Grass Valley is our 4th location, and you can also find us in Colfax, Penn Valley, and Nevada City. I am Blake Hauser, and I welcome you to join us for the grand opening at our Grass Valley location.
Start the second half. The Bruins will be receiving the kickoff while the Zebras.
Welcome back to Edward Alexander Gray Sports Complex at Lincoln High School. 6-6 is the score at the start of the second half of football. Bear River will receive. And really, Rick, we saw both teams' offenses stall badly in the last 5 minutes of play.
Yeah, some unfortunate penalties and long third and fourth long possessions, a couple failed fourth down conversions, and didn't look like their opening drives by both teams, which marched down and scored.
Yeah, each team with a touchdown, each team with no points afterwards, each team with 1 turnover on downs, each team with 1 punt. These are very similar teams. Just taking a look at the numbers, very different offensive schemes and very different defensive adjustments were made. And that all spells out a 6-6 tie as we're all set to start the third quarter.
Both led by some pretty talented quarterbacks, though, Steve, as you've pointed out.
Line drive kick taken by Josh Zimmer at the 15. Zimmer hops to the sidelines, and he will be corralled at the 27-yard line. So Bear River has 73 yards to go.
Good pursuit by the Lincoln Zebras. A lot of dark blue chasing the football. You love to see that on your special teams. It kind of sets a mode and tempo, level of enthusiasm as you're coming out in the second half. A little tepid on the running from the looked like Jake Fredericks on the Bear River side. So let's see what we got, Steve.
Johnny Parker is the wide receiver on the near side. Low snap. Handoff is completed to look like Stephen Rich.
Number 25, Stephen Rich.
And that is Stephen Rich, the ball carrier. He is knocked down for a 4-yard loss as that snap skipped in to Clay Corpo, who did a pretty good job just corralling it and getting the handoff away.
Yeah, it looked like a shortstop. He scooped it up and just flipped it for the double play, and nowhere for Stephen Taylor to go. Not a good way to come out of the locker room beginning of the second half.
Corpo has to sprint to the sideline and then sprint back to the huddle to get the play in. 2nd and 24. 2 receivers wide. There's a quick slant pass to Taylor, incomplete. Just led him a bit too much, and that will bring up 3rd and 14.
Yeah, good coverage by Ray Miguel, right all over it.
3rd down and 14.
Last couple times Taylor's gone for the football. He just hasn't had the same level of want to going after the ball.
And those slant routes can be fairly dangerous if you don't know what's in front of you.
That can get your attention.
3 wide on the far side. Corpo fades back. Decent protection, steps up, throws to Taylor, and overthrows to Taylor. Incomplete, 4th down. And that will bring the punt unit on for the Bruins for the second time tonight.
So unfortunate, big opportunity, opening the second half, get the ball, and kind of pull yourself together after discussing it in halftime. Last few throws by Carippo have been pretty high, Steve. I don't know if he's having trouble planting his feet or if the rush is making him throw over the heads of the defenders.
Bit of a high snap for the punt, but it does get away. That will bounce and take a Lincoln bounce. It'll be fielded by Jake Leonard on the Bear River 48-yard line. This is the first time that either team will take over in enemy territory.
Unusual way the ball bounced on that. It looked like it kind of usually takes especially on AstroTurf, it kind of takes a aggressive roll down the field, but it went back in Lincoln's favor, and number 22, Jake Leonard, just there to stop the progress.
Number Lange with a short field to work with. That is a quick handoff, and bouncing outside is Murillo, and he'll get very close to the 30-yard line.
A nice job by Murillo just following his block, and Jake Rogers there on the touchdown saving tackle. I think Stephen Taylor or number 15, Jake Fredericks, was also on it. Jake's limping around a little bit.
Lincoln pretty quick to the line. First down on the 31-yard line. Another handoff to Murillo. Murillo sees a hole open up on the right side, and he has daylight. And he is in for a touchdown. Jake Roger dove but came up a yard short. And Pete Murillo with 2 runs puts Lincoln on top, 12-6.
Boy, it didn't take long there. They got the ball after the punt and 2 plays by Murillo, and excellent blocking by the Lincoln offensive line. Good job up front. And I'm sure we'll get a chance to see the replay, but Pete Murillo just follows off right tackle and waits, and then kind of like the Red Sea opens, he just turns it upfield and sprints to the corner. Nice job for a touchdown.
It looks like Lincoln will go for 2 here. They do have 3 split wide. Single back is Murillo. Handoff to Murillo. Murillo cuts up the middle. Very close, and he's short. 3 touchdowns and no points after.
Yeah, good job inside by Cade Cochran in here. Looks like we're going to get a replay of the Pete Murillo touchdown. Just a quick handoff inside. Murillo takes it to the right. He's patient, waits. Good block on the corner, takes it up inside there. And then see the wall where Pete just kind of comes off that side. They seal it off. Bosworth's kind of in a circle. He gets screened out of the play. And Murillo just uses his speed, outruns Jake Roger to the end zone, makes a stab at the tackle, but touchdown Lincoln. Nice job, good play. Well designed, good downfield blocking. Big number 51, I love it when those offensive linemen hustle down there. And Trevor Rodriguez congratulating.
As the Trips Auto Body and Paint Shop scoreboard, Lincoln scores 2 touchdowns on their first possessions of each half. And the next kickoff will fly out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. So a few flags fly out on the field, and if I'm Bear River, I'd probably take this at the 35.
Probably a better position than they would get on a run back. They haven't demonstrated the ability to take it up in there and get past the 30-yard line yet. So
we'll see if the Bear River offense can adjust to the Lincoln defense now.
Lincoln sure made a statement with 2 touches after a punt by Bear River and went up 12-6 now.
2 wide. And now we have tons of flags, and Corpo in frustration will also draw an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, that's unfortunate by Clay. He's obviously frustrated, but he's the leader, the signal caller on offense. You can't launch the ball. Put your team in a tough situation, right? Certainly don't criticize Clay. He's frustrated.
Well, it won't be unsportsmanlike. It'll just be a personal foul. More than likely something he said as he was spiking the ball. So that'll be 5 and then 15. So it will be 1st and 30 on the Bear River 15-yard line, and that is such a costly penalty to take after a touchdown.
Well, especially you had 1st and 10 on the 35, and now you're swimming up stream right now.
Yeah, this is field goal, or video game yardage, I should say. 1st and 30. It's like we're watching NFL blitz up here. Lincoln brings the sink. It's a screen pass complete. Caught at the 10. There's a flag behind the play and a nice tackle in open field at the 18-yard line. This is where the flag is. Should be either a hold or a block to the back.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a roughing the passer.
Yeah. So 51 was celebrating a little bit in advance. Looked like Trevor Rodriguez thought it was going to be a hold on Bear River, but I think that's an automatic first down, isn't it, Steve?
It certainly might be. Quarterbacks are very protected.
Never understood why. I mean, they always wear different colored jerseys in practice. You can't touch them. You always get the date, the homecoming queen. What's up with all that?
Well, as a relief pitcher, I surely don't know.
You never got that kind of protection from the bullpen?
No. Comebackers were just me and the ball.
Well, I know they're a rare commodity, that their skill set's unique, but we're talking about Cam Newton on an NFL game the other day, and they're saying that he's got to start getting down. Even though he's a big guy, he can't take the hits he's taken, but Cam certainly doesn't shy away from delivering the blow as almost like a running back. All right, so they did get a first down, huh?
And it does look like an automatic first down, and it also looked like about an 18-yard penalty. Not entirely certain how they got that number, but it will bring it back to a 1st and 10. Corpo with the inside handoff. Looked like Jeremy Cunningham, or excuse me, it's Stephen Rich, will get 2 yards.
There's just nothing there in that middle. That Lincoln defensive line just filling every gap and just driving into the backfield. There's just nowhere for the running backs to go. They've got to open it up with a little bit of. I thought they had a nice call on the penalty when they had a screen pass called and got the roughing the passer call.
Lincoln again stacking the middle. There's a corner blitz, handoff to Cunningham. Cunningham tripped in the backfield. Looking like that was Miguel Estrada who got the initial hit. It looks like that'll be a loss of about half a yard, brings out 3rd and long.
Yeah, Miguel Estrada just came. He was full speed, almost like he knew the snap count. He's in the backfield, and nowhere for the running back to go. Time for Bear River to mix it up a little bit. Haven't seen Luke Baggett in a passing, receiving situation since his couple big early catches in the second quarter. I don't even see him in the ball game.
He is not. 2 back for the Bruins. Corpo fades back. Pressure from the Zebras. He's going deep. He has Taylor wide open. Taylor with the catch at the 25-yard line. Brought down at the 20. Big 3rd down conversion by the Bear River Bruins.
Boy, excellent throw and catch there.
Complete to number 24, Stephen Taylor, deep into Zebra territory.
Stephen Taylor is the most dynamic player on the Bear River squad.
He just runs right by the defender. I think the defender thought he was going to get some help from the safety over the top. Kind of let him go, and here it is. Carippo just goes back and just gives it all he's got, and Taylor's out there wide open, 5 steps beyond the defender. Nice throw, nice catch. Good recovery by the defender, too.
As we come back to live action, Corpo was going for Stephen Rich, but it was blocked up, or broken up, I should say, by Pete Murillo. Went up and knocked the ball up in the air, incomplete.
Pete's an aggressive player. He's all over the field, both on offense as a running back and defense as a cornerback. Easy to pick out, too. He's got a nice white undergarment under that dark blue jersey for Lincoln, so we can track Pete.
Second down for the Bruins. There's an inside handoff, I believe. This was, yeah, that was number 6, Josh Zimmer, with the carry. He actually loses a couple yards.
Just nowhere for him to go, and then on the backside, just a Carlo Rodriguez, number 37, is coming on a full-out blitz. And as Taylor tries to turn it up, Carlos Rodriguez is there just to stuff it, and then the defensive line's there helping out. So nothing in the running game's working well for Bear River.
No, not since that opening drive. So 3rd and 11. Fake handoff, Corporal rolling left, steps up, goes deep, and he has 2 receivers stepped up, caught by Stephen Taylor, and Taylor walks into the end zone for a Bear River touchdown.
The triple pass complete to number 24.
Boy, that was unbelievable. And when we get a chance to see this, Stephen Taylor does something that you can't teach a receiver to do. It comes from natural athletic instinct. He comes back to the football, and as we watch him, he comes in front of the defender, makes a nice catch with his hands, and steps into the end zone.
And down in the end zone right now is Pete Murillo. Or no, excuse me, that is not Murillo. I saw the white and assumed it was their running back. So as we figure out who is down in the end zone for the Fighting Zebras, we'll step aside. Bear River has tied this game at 12 on your TouchdownProductions.com Game of the Week. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Hi, everybody. Gil Dominguez.
And Teresa Dietrich.
And we welcome Pioneer Motors to the NorCal Game of the Week.
Pioneer Motors is where you go for trucks. We have a huge selection of lowered, lifted, and four-wheel drive trucks.
At Pioneer Motors, we have a huge selection of all-wheel drive vehicles like Audi, Volvo, and Toyotas, to name a few. Looking for a fun car to drive? Come on down to Pioneer Motors and see our huge selection of Mini Coopers, hatchbacks, and luxury cars too.
Remember, it's Pioneer Motors right here in Grass Valley.
The best cars at the best prices with great friendly customer care.
With this huge selection, why go anywhere else? Shop local.
Back at Lincoln High School, the player who was down was Ray Miguel, but it looked to be a leg cramp. He got back up and ran off the field. 12-12 the score. Jake Roger going for the first extra point of the game. Line drive kick is no good. These teams cannot buy points other than touchdowns. And in a game like this, those points really start to add up.
Boy, it does, yeah. No, so let's look at that pass. And Carippo has good pressure on him. He just fakes the handoff underneath. Play action, good blocking up front. Nice job there to give him the perimeter. He just steps up, and as you watch Stephen Taylor, watch him come back to the ball. Boom, the defender's right there, comes back, takes it out of the air. Excellent job by Stephen Taylor. And then a little showboating in there, son. Get back to the huddle and act like you've been in the end zone before.
Trips Auto Body and Paint Shop scoreboard. Bear River and Lincoln both score in the third quarter. 12-12 is the score. That's not 4 field goals apiece. That's 2 touchdowns and no points after.
Now, I'll give Stephen Taylor fair credit for the great reception, a good job. He has a right to celebrate and be proud of himself. But you got a long way to go. It's 12-12, and there's only got a quarter and a half left to play.
5:12 left in the third quarter. Onside kick attempted by Bear River, but it is fallen on. Looked like Erik Aanestad, who was the zebra to fall on that ball.
Excellent hand-up play by Ibanez, just kind of covered it up. He had no protection, no help from anybody else, and now they give excellent field position to Lincoln. Good news here, Steve. I see Luke Baggett back in the game number 4 for Bear River. So
Yeah, not sure where he was during that offensive series, but Taylor and Corpo both step up big in that possession. So Lincoln has it on their own 48-yard line. Hand off to Murillo. Murillo hit in the backfield and stuffed, but we do have a late flag coming in at midfield. This could really go either way where that flag was.
Good pursuit upfield by Jake Leonard, and then kind of finished off by, what was it, number 13? Looked like Caden Alberg kind of finished it off, so good pursuit for the first time in the second half on a Lincoln Zebra running back.
And the call is a hold against Lincoln. That will step off 10 yards as opposed to the 1-yard loss that was the result of the run.
Well, those are unfortunate calls. Early in the first couple drives, we had a incidental face mask. It's only a 5-yard penalty, but these kind of roughing the passer, holding, they set you back a distance.
So call it 1st and 21. Bear River bringing pressure. Double handoff. Another flag comes in, and that is Jared Chittum. Ball comes loose after the play. It looks like Jake Leonard is a bit hurt on the play. Lincoln will get the ball back, and let's address this flag which was thrown. It will be another hold against Lincoln. That will back them up 10 more yards. And we're back in video game territory, 1st and 31.
Maybe that's why a huge hole opened up inside number 13. Caden Alberg, it looked like he was there to make a play, and then next thing you know, he disappeared, and the running back was going upfield. Excellent hustle, though, on the late fumble by Robert Griffin to make sure Lincoln didn't lose the ball on turnover. So looks like Bear River's going to march him back again.
Why not?
So what do you run in video game mode here if you're 1st and, what do you got, 35? 31.
1st and 31.
Wow.
I would generally open up my big book of cheat codes, but I don't think that's allowed here.
I'd get 10s, what I would do. Just don't get greedy, get 10.
That is a handoff to Riley Meyer. Meyer is met and stopped after a gain of just 4 yards. Not quite the 10 you were hoping for.
Yeah, Jake Leonard did a good job. Shedded his blocker, got in there, made a nice tackle, and also James Jackson, big number 52, in there on that tackle. Nice.
2nd and 27 for the Fighting Zebras. It's hard to say that and not snicker.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know, maybe in the zoos in different parts of the country the zebras fight.
Well, they have an uphill battle on this series. Rolling right, Berlengi takes it himself, and he is tripped up nicely.
Looked like he wanted to run option to Pete Murillo. He had Pete going to the perimeter, but quarterback just saw an opening, took it up the field.
Yeah, Travis Carpenter made the stop, wrapped up the ankles of Berlengi. And we'll go ahead and call this one 3rd and 24.
So this is where Bear River's just got to tell themselves we can't let any big plays and no penalties to give them a 1st down. We've got them where we want them.
We have Baggett and Zimmer, who are the deep safeties on this play. 2 back, Berlengi gives to Estrada, and Estrada actually lost a yard on that run.
Yeah, different thinking process for Lincoln on that. They usually opened it up and had some pretty strategic plays, but nowhere to go. But excellent pursuit by the Bear River defense, shutting down Lincoln.
So 4th and 25, they will punt this one away. I am not sure they're going to go for the fake as the 2 punt returners are standing at the 1st down line. They will now back off a couple yards. Brown back to kick. Puts a good boot into it as it will knuckle, and it will be caught by Luke Baggett at the 40-yard line. A pretty good field position, but there is a flag down at midfield. This is very rarely going to go against the kicking team where that flag is.
Boy, it seems like the officials all of a sudden want to get this thing to 7:30, and the penalties are coming out almost on every play now. And I'm sure they're warranted.
They've still got an hour to go before they accomplish that task. Although I'm fairly confident the first half was over at this time. Still 2:08 left in the third quarter. Referees continuing to discuss this.
Nice job there by Luke Baggett to come up and make a fair catch and prevent the ball from getting on the ground and gaining more yards on a punt for Lincoln. So Bear River's going the other way.
Yeah, this is a block to the back against Bear River. That's really about the only thing it could have been, judging by where that flag was thrown. So that will back them up.
So I think a point of debate. I think most blocks in the back are seen late by referees as the defender spinning off a offensive player, and they just view that and catch them kind of like with their hand in a cookie jar.
Well, that will back Bear River up to their own 31-yard line. Right about where their previous possession started. Man in motion, that's Rich. Rich tries to cut back, and he is met by 3 Zebras for a loss of 3.
Yeah, no chance. The right safety comes up and just supports that. That's number 2, Miguel Estrada, right? Yeah, am I reading that right in the middle?
You are.
Yeah, so Miguel just supports that, reads it quick, and comes up and makes a tremendous athletic play on defense.
2nd and 13, Corpo adjusts his teammates. Another man in motion. It's a quick screen pass. That's Taylor. Taylor's got the edge, pulls up, and then runs out of bounds at the 40-yard line. I think he might be a yard short of the first down. Very well drawn up play. Taylor caught that perfectly in stride.
First time we've seen that tonight, Steve. I totally agree with you. Well-designed play, right time to call it. Nobody on Taylor as he just breaks out of the backfield, and good touch by Corpo just to lay it out there for Taylor to make a catch and run. Love that call.
From 2nd and 13 to 3rd and 2. Stacked backfield for the Bruins. They give this one to Josh Zimmer. Zimmer with tons of room. That play was designed just to get 2 or 3 yards. Zimmer ends up getting about 20.
Well, that's what can happen to you when you're blitzing on every down and you catch him on a blitz and kind of seal him off. And you got to hand it to Josh Zimmer. He just sees an opening and just takes off.
I don't think Zimmer was touched.
No, it looks like it just turns and hands off. But everybody from Lincoln's coming. They're not looking for the football. Zimmer just comes around the end, turns it upfield, does a nice job, lowers his shoulder, and gets a first down.
Back to live action, another stacked backfield. This time they give it to Cunningham, and Cunningham pushes forward for 5 yards.
Number 21, Cunningham, the ball carrier.
And we have a Zebra still down, but he's up now.
Boy, he took a hit by Logan Dunn. Number 5 came in there, the safety, and it looks like
Matt Brown is the Zebra who's shaken up, and the referees are going to call a timeout to get Brown off the field.
He doesn't want to leave, but he's got to leave.
Yeah, once the referees call a timeout, you got to get off the field.
He's hurting. It looks like kind of right up in his rib cage, and let the medical staff. Yeah, he's hurting. Good call by the referees to.
Now let's just remind everyone he wanted to stay on the field, and now he is doubled over in pain.
Right.
2nd and 6 for the Bruins. 3 backfield. Again to Zimmer. Again a hole, and again a first down.
Number 6, Zimmer, the ball carrier. Number 33, Antonio Navarez on the tackle.
Zimmer is really pouring it on in this possession, getting great holes opened up, and that stacked backfield for the Bruins is meeting a good deal of success.
Looks like maybe the offensive line got challenged. They're getting on their blocks, and they're keeping on them, and they're catching Lincoln in the blitz situation. So there goes the third quarter.
Matt Brown is back on the field, and now everyone will come off the field as the third quarter finally comes to an end. 12-12 is the score. You see the Trips Auto Body and Paint Shop scoreboard. Bear River threatening to take the lead for the first time tonight. here on your touchdownproductions.com sports network. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Your car is one of the most important assets you own. And Reeby's Auto Parts is dedicated to helping you keep it in tip-top condition. Reeby's Auto Parts is a family-owned and operated business since 1956. We have a friendly and knowledgeable staff, and as a Napa Auto Parts dealer, you're sure to find the right part you need from either of our 2 Nevada County locations. You can always count on Reeby's to be there when you need us. It's Reeby's Auto Parts in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
Start of the fourth quarter, 12-12 is the score. Bear River threatening in Lincoln territory. On the 32-yard line, they have a first down. There's the give to Rich. Rich tries to bounce to the outside, and he will get a couple yards. And he was brought down pretty hard by the left tackle.
Nowhere for Stephen to run. That outside, good pursuit by Lincoln from underneath, just bringing 8 or 9 players in the box and challenging Bear River to throw it. Baggett's in the game, so I like him as a receiver, and I certainly like Stephen Taylor. He demonstrated he's got the ability to go up and get the football.
Well, this entire series, Bear River has not had a wide receiver, and now they do stretch it out of the shotgun, 3 wide. Garbo will step up. Pump fakes, hit as he throws, kind of a wobbler, and that's going to be an interception. No. We got a signal from the back judge that said incomplete, and that will be the call. 3 zebras in the area, and none of them could corral it.
Boy, it looked like a knuckleball floating at him, right? They all aggressively went at it, got in the belly. It looked like one of the defenders. He just couldn't hang on. Lucky break for Bear River. I mean, Clay had receivers open, but he was hit as he threw and sent a wobbly one downfield.
Bear River still facing a 3rd and 8. We'll see what the play call is. They have 3 wide yet again. Cunningham, the lone back. Lincoln only brings 5. Garbo steps up, goes deep, has a man in the end zone, and that is picked off.
Yeah, excellent coverage by the Lincoln defender.
That was Robert Griffin who gets the interception in the end zone.
Is that RG the 4th, or is that just a Lincoln Robert Griffin, right?
I don't think there's any relation.
Good job, though. He kept good coverage inside, and that's where Stephen Taylor right here, when he knows he's not going to be a receiver, he's got to turn into a defender, and he's got to make sure that this pass is broken up. Taylor doesn't do it. He kind of just lets the defender have full rights to the football. He's got to shove him right there. He's got to make a play for the football.
Yeah, that was just perfectly defended by Griffin.
Yeah, excellent job by Lincoln.
Lincoln takes over on their own 20. Hand off to Murillo. Murillo still moving forward. He will get about 6 yards before being dragged to the ground by a couple Bruins.
I think it's amazing how the turn of a momentum happens, Steve, on something like that. And you just see quickness in the step of Lincoln right now. They just seem to have a little hustle back and forth. Robert Griffin coming back in after making that interception. He's back on the field. He's got excitement in his
Although if you are Bear River, you have to think, you've missed 2 extra point kicks, or just the 1 extra point kick. You're not going to go for a field goal that deep. Really, the only thing you were going to do is try and huck it in the end zone one more time. So that's not a terrible outcome of the possession, pinning Lincoln deep. Same as a touchback and a punt.
They could have got a first down, so all right. That's good.
And Lincoln takes a timeout with 8:14 remaining. First timeout of the half for either team. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the touchdownproductions.com Game of the Week.
Magnuson's Toyota and Scion is celebrating 25 years serving you in the foothills. Right now, Magnuson's carries the first all-electric SUV, and they're still the home of the Toyota Tundra. Magnuson's Dodge Chrysler Jeep is right down the street, and features the new Ram diesel truck, Jeep Wranglers, and Grand Jeep Cherokee. It's Magnuson's Auburn Toyota and Magnuson's Dodge, both in Auburn.
Second and 4, handoff to Murillo. Murillo stuffed in the backfield. That'll be a loss of about 3 yards. And slow to get up. Looks like that was Jacob Olson, who was a bit slow. Excuse me, Cade Coffrin, who was a bit slow to get up after that tackle. Looks like he may have landed a bit awkwardly. But a good job by Bear River to get in the backfield and break up that very dangerous end run play by Murillo. So here's 3rd and 7 for the Zebras. Dual fake handoff. And Berlengi, he tucks it. He's got room down the sidelines. He's down to the 40, down to the 30, the 20, the 10. And Berlengi with the excellent quarterback keeper gives Lincoln the lead once more. And did you see how Berlengi hid that ball?
Great job, held it on his hip. Great call, great timing. And then an athlete made a play with excellent blocking downfield. That was a thing of beauty for Lincoln.
Lincoln sealed off the sidelines, and Berlengi just went for the longest sprint of his career. 18-12 is the score, and we'll see if Pete Murillo can put up the first extra point of the game. First kick was a line drive into the line. Second kick very nearly blocked, and it is good. You hear the crowd reacting, as it is possible to get more than 6 points in a possession.
Yeah, we haven't seen that in a while here. Excellent ball handling. Berlengi fakes it underneath, right there, a high snap, fakes a reverse around, and just holds it on his hip. Number 22, Jake Leonard, gets sucked in. And now Berlengi just kind of makes it, sets it up here by himself. Good downfield blocking. A little block in the back here, but it was a spin block on Bosworth. And Berlengi just outruns to the corner. Excellent job by one of the offensive linemen, big number 51, Trevor Rodriguez, getting down there to help out. You love seeing your offensive lineman downfield, and what a run for a sophomore quarterback, taking Lincoln to a 19-12 lead.
Trips Auto Body and Paint Shop scoreboard. The first non-6 on the scoreboard. Lincoln puts up an extra point in the fourth quarter. They lead Bear River 19-12. And here is the shanked kickoff. That will fly out of bounds, and Bear River will once again take over on their own 35-yard line. That kick was Carlo Rodriguez. That is the second time he is kicked out of bounds, and the frustration on his face was very clear.
Interesting, though, because number 11, Riley Meyer, came down on Lincoln's side of the ball. Looked like he could have had a shot at it, so not sure that it was intentional or if he tried to hit that little hole, but unfortunately it goes out of bounds, and Bear River takes advantage at the 35-yard line.
We did see that in the game last week. That shocked everyone in the stadium. The longest onside kick I believe I've ever seen.
When Lincoln played Placer, yeah, it was interesting, right? It was almost a 40-yard onside kick.
Well, Bear River will have it on their 35-yard line. This time there haven't been any penalties called yet to knock them back. This play very slow coming in from the Bear River sidelines.
Yeah, Christoph Paul in there hustling at the last minute, number 77.
All of the Lincoln coaches are yelling, where is the delay of game? And there is a big sack, first of the game, made by Dylan Quinn. Knock them back 10 yards.
So look at this, Steve. If you're a defender on this play by Berlengi, what do? Okay, he fakes it underneath, fakes the reverse. Whoop! If you're looking at the ball, you're going the wrong way. And excellent job by the quarterback. Excellent call by the Lincoln coaches. And now they take over on defense, and right out of the chute, you said First sack of the night.
First sack of the night. Good for 10 yards. Sets up 2nd and 20. Corpo gets good protection, steps up, throws. That's Baggett, and Baggett has it, but has it knocked out of his hands.
Well, good coverage by Lincoln. Had two defenders on Luke. Luke looked like he broke open, had it in his hands.
As a receiver, anytime you have it in your hands, you feel like you have to pull that ball down.
Yeah, unfortunate for Luke. We've seen him make a lot of those catches this year, so we know he's got that kind of talent. Would have been a first down, so here we go, 3rd down.
3rd and 20. 6:26 remaining in regulation. Corpo has 2 wide, excuse me. Fakes the screen, goes deep. That's Alberg, and he overthrows Alberg. Alberg had a step.
Boy, he did. He had excellent pass blocking by the Bear River team to give Corpo plenty of time, and just a little bit long, right? Because as you said, he had a step.
And Bear River on 4th and 20, down 7, will take their first timeout of the half. Bear River figures out what they want to do on 4th and 20 this late in the game. We'll step aside on the touchdownproductions.com game of the week. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
It's time to visit the newly remodeled B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. The new B&C has completely changed for your shopping convenience. Their new expanded garden center has everything you need, including expert advice on trees, shrubs, and perennials. Check out their new website and the new spring hours. And thank you for voting B&C the best hardware and building supply in 2012. So start right, start here at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center.
Boy, they're going to challenge him, Steve, on 4th and 20. They're going to go for it.
4th and 20. Corbo with 1 back. Fakes. There's a wide open lane for Baggett. Baggett throws it. That's Corpo with the catch. Corpo pulls up at the 50, gets knocked out of bounds at the 49.
Okay, so if your quarterback can make a play, go 74 for a touchdown. Our quarterback can make a play on a reverse throwback to the quarterback. Boy, and Luke had everybody in his face. That's the way those things work on Wednesday and Thursday. That's amazing when it works on Friday.
Pass complete, Baggett to Corpo.
Clay just hung in there too and waited for the ball to arrive. Look at this underhand off. Baggett's being pursued heavily on the end. Nobody blocks the Lincoln defender. He's going after Luke, and Luke just turns and heaves it back. Almost like a little sidearm pitcher like you, Steve Sitter. There it is right there. Clay makes a nice catch.
As we cut back to live action, Stephen Taylor just took an end-around handoff. Good for 14 yards, a quick first down.
Well, I'm sorry I missed that one. We were sitting there talking about the replay, and excellent job by Stephen Taylor. Good, we caught it. Great job by the truck. Oh, and the throwback pass to Clay. And then great hustle by Pete Murillo to knock him out of bounds. All right, momentum Bear River.
Bear River is threatening. 5:54 left in the 4th quarter. They've got it on the Lincoln 36-yard line. This is right about where they stalled on their last possession. There's another handoff to Taylor. Taylor has loads of room on the left side. He pulls up, tries to get out of bounds, but is stopped at the 33-yard line. Taylor looked like he wanted to get in the end zone somehow, but ends up getting corralled. He ran a long way to get 4 yards.
Looked like that play was developing. It was going to be wide open. He had plenty of green carpet in front of him, but great pursuit by Lincoln, shut him down. And then Taylor tried to set up a little juke to the outside. Pursuit kept coming.
He was very good at making defenders miss against Colfax.
He's a talented young man, there's no doubt. There's a couple guys, 3 guys that we're seeing on this Bear River JV team. They're going to make great contributions to the varsity next year.
2nd and 6, 2 back. Corpo steps up, throws an out route, and that's complete. to Luke Baggett. Baggett dragged down very close to the first down line. I believe with a good spot, they will give it to him.
That's tremendous. He throws that. Luke just runs that out route. He throws it in traffic. Luke snags it out of the air, and then just with pure determination gets himself. He was short, Steve, about 4 or 5 yards, and just pure determination got that first down.
Bear River on the 26-yard line. Clock running down, 4:30. That's a handoff to Zimmer. Zimmer has nowhere to go. He is brought down at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
I like that. Tested inside. That's where Lincoln's stacking it up. Your big yardage has come on some nice throws here in the second half. One throwback from Luke Baggett to the quarterback Clay Carippo was a nice trick play. And
Matt Brown has just come off the field. Jeremiah Setzer is in now.
He's their big defender. That's a big loss for Lincoln.
And in motion. That's Taylor. Taylor evades one tackle in the backfield. Tries to cut back up the middle. Gets almost to the 20 before being brought down. His momentum was stopped, so the clock will continue to run. And that'll be another long way to run for just 4 yards.
Dylan Quinn, great pursuit on the inside. The linebacker for Lincoln couldn't be stopped. Looked like it was going to be stopped in the backfield here, but Taylor just turns on the speed, takes it to the perimeter, and Quinn comes from the inside, big number 53. Good pursuit by the Lincoln defense to shut down Bear River, which had an opening.
As we're down to the 3-minute mark, Bear River, you have to figure they're in 4-down territory. Taylor in motion. Corpo, and he is wrapped up. Number 53, Dylan Quinn. Sack number 2 for the Zebras. And that brings up 4th and very long.
Looked like Trevor Rodriguez, number 51, was in there helping Quinn, but great job. Just broke through the line of scrimmage. And looked like a slower developing play for Bear River. It just didn't come to, didn't open up, so Clay had no one to throw it to. So Clay's waiting for something to open up underneath, and there's just no chance. Quinn's all over him like a, I think they say a cheap suit. So here we go. This is the ball game right here, Steve.
At 4th and 16, 2 minutes left. Bear River with 2 timeouts still. Corpo flushed way out of the pocket. Runs right, throws deep, and that is knocked incomplete. Excellent coverage. Jack Boatman knocks the ball out of the air. And Lincoln, at this point, really just needs 1 first down, and that wraps up the game.
So Clay Carippo tries to make an athletic play, gets to the perimeter, outruns the defenders, doesn't have enough to throw it deep, had 2 players. I want to say a great job by number 18, Jack Boatman, just to knock the ball away, not try to make an interception, and Lincoln gets it on turnover on downs.
Bear River does have 2 timeouts. 2:05 remaining. Barangi to Murillo. Murillo still driving forward, but finally stopped after a gain of 5. And Bear River takes their second timeout. That will stop the clock at 1:54.
Still too many yards on first down. 6 yards is not good when you're trying to shut down a team to get the ball back and have a chance to score.
Well, with that timeout, we'll step aside on touchdownproductions.com. Game of the week. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Anything Green Hydroponics is your source for hydro systems, grow lights, and soils. Anything Green offers a complete range of organic nutrients as well as fungicides, miticides, and predatory bugs. Anything Green Hydroponics has just received this year's soil. Get your totes, pallets, or individual bags. Stay tuned for future workshops. It's all at Anything Green Hydroponics.
2nd and 5, a minute 54 in regulation. Bear River brings pressure. That's an end handoff to Matt Brown. And Brown is brought down after 2 yards.
Boy, the big steamroller looked like he was going to gain some momentum, right? Their punter, their defensive star on linebacker. And I tell you, Wyatt Bosworth showed no fear coming up and making that tackle. Just a tremendous job by number 30.
And Bear River takes their final timeout. This next play might be the end of the game here at Lincoln High School on the TouchdownProductions.com Game of the Week. See you in 30 seconds.
We're at SPD Market in Nevada City asking people what they like about SPD.
I've been shopping here for about 20 years, and the people are very courteous, and I especially like the meat counter. It's nice. You have a great selection, very helpful.
Because it's local, it's small, they have wonderful selections of things I need, and the personnel are very nice.
And that's why people love SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
Here's the 3rd and 3 play. Murillo gets the first down and then some.
Pure determination by the Lincoln offensive line, led by number 66, Cole Guatemala. Good job, Cole. That's a way to pick it up and lead it downfield right when your team needs a first down.
And with no timeouts left, the clock will continue to run at 1:30. Looks like Robert Griffin will come in with the play.
I just wouldn't even want that name. I wouldn't want to be an RG, right? That's just such an outstanding name, a Heisman Trophy winner from Baylor.
At 1:10, here is snap, Berlungi to Murillo. Murillo cuts to the outside, and he gets forced out of bounds. And that will actually stop the clock at 1:03 after a gain of 6.
I love it, Steve. We're up here in the press box, and everyone's yelling, stay in bounds, kid, stay in bounds, kid. So coaches everywhere. Excellent game tonight, Steve. I think both teams gave it all, their last game of the season for the JVs. Bear River certainly had their opportunities, and there's going to be some pretty good players going up to the varsity next year.
Yeah, I think Lincoln, what it comes down to is Lincoln just made less mistakes than Bear River. And off to Murillo. Murillo cuts up the middle, and he will fall forward very close to the first down marker. I believe they will spot him half a yard short.
All right, you saw the varsity last week. What are we going to see tonight? You saw the varsity get beat pretty handily, 49-7 by Placer. That's a good football team.
That score is very deceptive, though,
Okay.
because the Lincoln offense was very effective. The only thing they struggled with were offensive territory turnovers. They had 2 interceptions, a fumble, and a turnover on downs, all inside the 25-yard line of Placer. If they can just eliminate those mistakes, they'll be in pretty good position. And what Bear River has to do is keep Lincoln's offense contained. That's really what you have to look for. And we have a flag come in on the kneel down with 20 seconds left.
Well, that's an offense that's got 49.5 yards, or 49.5 points per game against the Bear River defense. Is probably the stoutest defense, one of the stoutest defenses in the league.
I should mention that flag was for a false start on Lincoln on the kneel down.
You can't coach everything. Well, we got to work on our extra points. We know we got to work on that next week. Oh, there is no next week. It's next year.
And with 13 seconds, the Lincoln team will just stand around, not risk another penalty. And they will come away victorious here, 19-12. But this varsity game is a very big one. It's a high-powered Lincoln offense against a very dangerous Bear River defense that love to go for the late strip, for the interception. They go for big plays, and they go for momentum. They're a momentum team, and Lincoln is all about the big play. So we'll see which play style will prevail here at Lincoln High School. Our executive producer was Gilbert M. Dominguez. Camera operators, Senyu Enos, Callahan King, and Brian Wells. Announcers, Steve Sitter and Rick Ellwood. Rick, as always, it's been a pleasure.
Steve, thanks. Great job, buddy.
Remote facilities, the Commander 2. Commander Maintenance, Plaza Tire and Auto Service, and Reeby's Auto Parts. Touchdown Accounting, the Cinto Group. You can contact us at the phone number, at the address, and at that website. It's senior night here at Lincoln High School. It's the battle for second place, 2 7-2 teams, and they are fighting for playoff seeding. You are about to see two teams with nothing to lose in the final game of the PVL regular season. For Rick Ellwood, Gilbert M. Dominguez, I'm Steve Sitter saying thank you for watching the TouchdownProductions.com Game of the Week, and you've got a great football game up ahead. Good night.